Like what? Like what?
Mm.
What do you mean? Because it seems to me you're very responsible. You have 2 shows, and you've been doing shows since you were 12. To me, that makes me think of someone that's incredibly responsible, and the True Talk Journal, and so
Well, that's where I put it into, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But there was definitely some disservices. I mean, maybe I won't get into it too much, but
Right.
you know, I've often asked myself if I could have a completely different life
Mm-hmm.
and take everything that I've done away
Mm-hmm.
and be a completely different person and not have done anything I've done. I mean, obviously I'm not like a famous person or anything like that, but if I can just take back every show and all those moments and be a different person, I might.
Really? I can't even imagine the world being with a different John than
I know.
than the John that I know. You know,
Like I would give it all up just to be a different person.
would you?
I think I would. I know it's incredibly sad.
Yeah. Well, I understand. Like on a level, I understand what you're saying, but the part of me again that watches what you do, that sees how you sort of open up the world and the community for people to learn things, to be exposed to different things, and especially on True Talk, not only do you help those who are doing this work by getting them out there, but there's so many people who are touched in so many ways, and so yeah, to think about, wow, this isn't really. At this point in your life, you're feeling like I would be someone different, or I would do it differently. It is sad, and it's also very surprising to me, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I wouldn't change who I am in this, right now.
Right.
But if I could start all over and be a different person, I would. If that makes any sense. I don't know, does it?
I'm not sure if it does. I think that it's, so you're saying, in other words, that, because my feeling about it is that all of those things created who you are now. That was the fuel to, so if we're in a place of being okay with who we are now, without those things, you wouldn't be who you are. You understand?
And that's kind of like the point.
Yeah.
So that really brings up the question of like self-love.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that it's an unusual thing. Honestly, I think that there's a lot of people in the world that, struggle with that. And I always believe that that's part of why we're here anyway. Is to find that love within ourselves, share it with other people, and that increases. But I know, going back to your mom, and you were talking about when you were younger, she wasn't there, and that you had felt abandoned by her. But I've noticed that Mom is at every True Talk taping, well, that I've ever either been on or been to. Mom is right there. She's checking off names. She's right there behind the scenes, taking care of everything. So it seems like she's very involved now and very supportive. Do you want to? Can you say some things about that?
No, she's an amazing person. Actually, she's probably the nicest person, like, genuinely, that I've ever met. Without an agenda or a motive or a self-fulfilling need of hers. Like, she's really a nice person. So I think what happened wasn't her fault at all. So I don't blame her whatsoever. I'm just stating the fact that it happened.
Right. And I don't think that any parent plans on that happening, no matter how we may view it or other people may view it from the outside. I don't know of any person that says, hey, I think I want to have children and then abandon them, or I want to have children and then not be there for them. I want to have children and be mean to them.
Such a crazy word, but yeah.
But that was the feeling in you.
Right, yes.
And our feelings are what they are. But your mom seems very humble.
Yes,
to me, she's a very humble person, and she's gorgeous.
She's an amazing.
If you guys haven't seen John's mom, come to True Talk. She's gorgeous.
Yeah,
gorgeous woman.
Yeah, no, I have no blame towards her. I'm actually grateful for her.
Right.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud as to why I feel the way I feel.
Right. Well, it's interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't have anybody supportive growing up. I didn't have anybody that supported me and said, do that. You know?
So how did you do that, John? How did you just walk into a TV studio and say, "Hey, I want to make a show. And did they laugh? Because you're 12 years old.
Well, at 7 years old, I started watching the Ricky Lake Show. I was like a fan of the Ricky Lake Show, and I was like a big fan of hers. And I saw her doing it, and I was like, I want to do that at 7 years old.
Wow.
Like, I would watch her, like, the very first year she was on air. And then, I would pretend, and I would do that.
Right.
And I just got into music, enjoying music and stuff like that. And then by 10 years old, I moved on the street. I met these amazing people who were like community activists. They did things for the community, just to for stuff for the kids to do and stuff like that in the Eastern Avenue community, and they believed in me. They would have me DJ these block parties at 10 years old.
Wow.
So I'd bring in my little crate of CDs and my little boombox, and I'd DJ these block parties for people at like these churches. And, I was playing like Michael Jackson.
Right.
Like some pretty hip stuff, but people would dance, they'd get into it and stuff. And I did it several times as a kid at 10 years old.
Wow.
That's how early I started. And then by 12, I did like a little fake radio thing on my little cassette tapes. And I would call people and just do like little interviews on cassette tapes.
Wow.
And then at one of these parties that I was DJing, I met Carla Page, who does television.
Right. Well known in the community.
She's well known in the community. And she was like, wow, you're a little kid DJing. Because I was literally like 11 years old, like 10, 11 years old. She's like, you're a kid DJing. And she was impressed. She's like, come on my show.
Oh, wow.
She's like, you need to come on my show. That's too cute that you're such a little kid. So somehow we didn't connect. And then like a few months later, I saw her at Friendly's. And I said, hey, I want to come on your show. She said, I have one like in 2 days or something like that.
Wow.
And I went down and she's like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'll sing. And she's like, okay, come and sing. And then when I got down there to sing, I was afraid to sing.
Were you? Oh,
I was afraid to sing.